Decided there's something that's going a bit haywire in the news and all over the social media that I am going to comment on. Now, there's this situation about Jeremy Clarkson. Now, obviously, I didn't watch the show live. Frankly, I don't watch the One Show. So, I've looked back, I've found the clip, I've watched the clip, and now I'm ready to give some comments. The thing that people are doing wrong is they are taking his comments as a straight sentence. For those who haven't seen it or read about it, basically those who have been asleep for a few days, he basically said he'd have if he had power, he'd have the people who were striking on, I think it was Wednesday last week, he'd have them shot. Now, here's the point. He said that at a certain point in the show. During the show, he'd been asked about the riots, the strikes, not the riots, my bad, about the strikes. And he had said they were fantastic, that London was empty, and he could whiz around town, get anywhere he wanted to without there being cars on the road, people going to work, etc. He then said, but for balance, here's another view. And then he said the comments. So this can be looked at. This needs to be looked at simply as him saying both sides of the argument. There are two sides of the argument. One side that supports the strike and the other side that is against the strike. And he has given both sides. So rather than people saying, "Oh, he should be sacked, he should be this, he should be that," he's apologised for it being taken wrongly. So people should now just leave the whole situation alone. He's covered both sides of the argument. You know, he's covered both sides. There's nothing more to be said. People are using the words he said as one statement. I'm telling you, the people who complain to the BBC, I reckon 99% of them haven't even watched the clip. They just sit there at home and think, right, I know what I'll do. I'm going to complain about something because I can. Half these people don't watch the show. I bet if you ask them, you say, yeah, Mr. B, you've complained to the BBC about Jeremy Clarkson. Did you watch the show? Oh yes, I watched the show. But I guarantee you, he didn't. The majority of them didn't. A couple of them would have watched it and thought, oh, that's a bit much. If you'd actually watched it in full, you'd understand exactly what he was trying to do. I completely back him. And I open up the lower part of this video for the comments. Feel free to give your comments. Keep them constructive because I am a bit of a bugger when it comes to comments on videos, and I will delete them if I don't think that they have any relevance to the discussion. Thanks for taking the time to view this, and I will see you when the next thing comes up for discussion.